Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Divya.
Divya, your voice is echo.
Oh, I hope, is it clear now?
Yeah, yeah, clear now.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sharing my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Divya.
Yeah, yeah, sorry for the disturbance, guys. So, yesterday we have discussed about the data and the introduction to databases and the tables and OLTP and OLAP with real time examples. So, yeah, I hope you guys are like you got familiar with the data and what databases and uh, everything. So, today we are going to discuss on the remaining topics. That is, firstly, I'll start with the data warehousing. So even in previous sessions, I have already told you that what's the difference between data warehousing and the database. So we'll go deeper into it, like what is data warehouse, everything. So we'll start. So it's a chapter 4. Why do we need data warehousing? So coming to the data warehousing, yesterday I've already told you that in previous classes we have already discussed the data warehousing is used for the data analysis. Okay, I'll also going to explain with the real time example. So firstly, I want to explain why this is introduced, why data warehousing came, even though we have databases which is accessible for everyone. Why again data warehouses? Everyone will think in that way, right? So what are the challenges we used to face without data warehousing? First is performance bottlenecks. Bottlenecks is nothing but the late, like if we want to do something or if you want to implement somewhere, it will take lot of time to combine all those. For example, in database, if you see, there is a student's data in a different tables. So if I want to, like if I want to pick from the database, it is too difficult because the tables are very different. I used to, I need to create some like joins or something I need to perform. So obviously, if someone is analyzing the data from the database, will be obviously like it will difficult. So that is what the performance bottlenecks is. If you see, the definition of it is operational database like OLTP experience the significant slowdowns when running a complex analytical queries impacting business operations. That's what. So, if you run the like larger queries and complex queries in the database, obviously you'll face some issues, because data comparatively, the data warehouse is more capable. It is more capable for running the complex queries compared with the database. Okay, so and also data silos, critical business data scattered across a multiple disconnected systems, making comprehensive analysis nearly impossible. So like I said before classes, like if I want to get analysis of my particular company, so I need to go and ask for the data. They won't provide me directly because the data was split into different tables. So that is so difficult for me because the data will be scattered everywhere. So it is going to complete the multiple disconnected. It is not connecting anyway. What is because we are maintaining other tables. Okay, employee table is one table and employee department table will be everything. So even though I write the joins or even though I create references, it is too difficult. And integration complexity, different data formats, schema, system creative barriers, unified reporting, decision making, and everything. And coming to the solution. So to overcome this all kind of solution, overcome all types of challenges which I have mentioned previously, that is bottlenecks and data silos, integration complexity. So for that, the data warehouse came into the like what exactly into the market right now. So it is like centralized repository, okay, optimized for the analysis. If you see, the data warehouse serves as a single authoritative so source of the truth, consolidating information from across the entire organization. So specifically designed and the structure to support the fast complex queries on the large data sets without impacting the operational systems. As I said before, to overcome all these challenges, if I want to get the data from the different things, it will take much time. But in data warehouse, we don't face that much of time or that much of complexity to retrieve the data. And also, we can see it's like a very optimized, it is very neat and it is very clean. The data will be, I'll also explain with some examples as well, so don't worry. So centralized data, it is a center of all the database. Like if I have 10 databases with me, I used to store my entire data with, like, in a data warehouse. As I said yesterday, yesterday's topic, I have told you that OLTP, it's a transactional processing, it is a daily processing. But OLAP is analysis process. So obviously whatever the analysis data we have, we used to store it in the data warehousing. Okay. So, and benefits of using the data warehousing. So as I said before, like data quality, obviously the quality of the data is very pure and very accurate. So you'll see like accurately what it's a cleansing data. So you don't see any like junk data or like some other records or extra records. You won't see anything. And coming to the advanced analytics, that's what. So if enables sophisticated business intelligence, machine learning and predictive analysis capabilities, competitive advantage. So whatever the, like, we have a lot of companies, like big companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon. So we have a top companies. So even the advanced analytics for the particular organization or particular streams, it is so easy for them. Single source of truth, that's what I have told. I have a databases of 10, I want to store entire data in somewhere. So I'll choose data warehouse to store entire my data in a for a security and accurate purpose for everything. This is what the data warehousing. uh, so I'll explain with example as well. So I prepared one word that for the real time analysis. So yeah, if you see here, what is data warehouse? Apart from the PPT, I've prepared some other notes as well. So it's a centralized storage system. That is what. It's a source for the multiple databases. So where the data from the different sources, like databases, application, files, APIs, is collected, clean and sorted, reporting, analysis and decision making. Whatever the decision we want to make on business level or a cafe level or organization level, whatever it may be, we can take this as for our analysis. Okay. As I said before, like it's not a OLTP, it's obviously OLAP. And coming to the real time example, I have chosen the Big Bazaar, Reliance Market, so Reliance Mart, without data warehouse. Like I have said, the challenges what we are going to face, right? So obviously the billing counter store sales, CRM system source customer details, inventory stores stock, and online app online orders. If you see, if I want to go to, like if I want to online shopping or retail store, if I go, or there are some billing counters. where the data will be stored in the system. And also the customer details. If I went to there and I bought something and I used to pay bill, for that also they need some information. The customer details is different and the source sales are different, and the store stock, whatever the stock they have, on that also they'll have some data on that. Okay, online app stores, online orders. So even some people like they'll also keep the online orders. But that also, if you see in the one stream, you having a lot of data. One is customers, one is stocks data, one is sales data, and one is online data. You are having multiple. Okay, so without data warehousing, with data warehouse, the problem, what the exact problem is like, all this data is scattered in different systems. So as I said before, it is going to scatter. It is like hues. You won't combine all those obviously. So if the CEO asks, if I go to my like mart and I'll ask to my like the persons who work there, I want the entire details, which product sold the most in the Hyderabad in the Diwali season or some. It's hard to combine data quickly, right? So if I want to extract, so this is also a good example, that if I want to extract all the data, like it will take a lot of time in the database. If I write that much of query, it is taking like it will take a lot of time. For that purpose, with data warehouse, what I'll do is like all this data collected into one place. Obviously from the database to it will come to the data warehouse tables will divide. Okay, you will get all the information in the tables, which is connected with the all those like fact sales. Okay, sales amount, quantities, profits, and dim product. Okay, this fact and dim is another concept. I'm going to explain it like in a few minutes. So at that time I'll combine this both and I'll explain you in a very clear way. Okay, even I have prepared some facts and dimension examples as well. With that, I'll explain this data where facts and dimensions, how the data is splitting and why it is beneficial in the future for the analysis. I'll explain. So yeah, coming back to this slide, if you see, so the architecture. Okay, let's just now we have learned what exactly the data warehouse, and coming to the like data warehouse architecture basics. So data warehouse flow, this is the data warehouse flow. As I said, we have a lot of sources and the targets, and we also have some staging. Staging is nothing but there is a source. Okay, there will be a target as well. So whatever the cleansing data I have done in between, it is going to sit and load into the target, and whatever the data which comes from the pure organization, or it will be source. So in between there are some stages where the data will be maintained in a filtration, like, so yeah, let me explain with the example. Like if I have a hospital data, so I want to remove a duplicates and I want to cleanse my data. So after the cleansing process, uh, I load into the another project, sorry, another table. So this will be my middle table, and afterwards I'll use some filters, I'll do some aggregations, I'll use some or average on the particular table. i'll I load to the another table. Okay, after that I'm going to load into the target. So that is what exactly the source system, like operational databases, files, APIs. This is what. And the staging, temporary processing zone. That is what. If you want to delete something, or if you want to be like data to be unique or clean, whatever the things we want to done with the particular data, there we are going to clean everything. Okay, data warehouse where optimized storage layer. So, yeah, this is the layer where you can optimize your data by removing or by applying filters, or applying a combined group by. So, you can do here. And finally, it will go to like it will go to the reporting sessions. Okay, where it is used for the analytics and insights. So for the purpose of analysis of data, like to pick it up, like here it involves the OLAP processing. Okay. So, yeah, before slide only, I'm explaining everything in one. So, yeah, what happens in each stage? So, as just now we discussed, the source, obviously, we will have a lot of sources, and coming to the staging areas, the data will be cleansing, transformation, and coming to the data where our optimized storage layer. So, as I said before, there are some facts and dimensions I'm going to explain you. So reporting layer, that means it's a Power BI. So they're here involved. And coming to the, yeah,
So
now the
Divya,
facts and dimension. Yeah, yeah, tell me.
one doubt.
Yeah, yeah,
Actually, I
sure.
want to know where the transformation logics should be applied in this layer.
Sorry, sorry. Can you repeat your question once? Hello, am
Uh,
I audible?
yeah, yeah. Exactly
Hello?
where this the question is basically I think someone asked where the exactly the transformation logic is applied. Okay.
Yeah, obviously in the staging area, we
Staging
are
area.
going to apply our logics. The staging area.
So
Yeah,
there is
okay.
types of transformation
Uh,
means is there any kinds or
Oh, okay.
types for
Yeah,
this
yeah,
transformation?
yeah, yeah. Let me explain. So, yeah, types of transformation is nothing but like, as I said before, if I have a data, okay. So, for example, we'll take the students' data. Okay, students like in one school or college, they have multiple subjects. Okay, like maths, physics, chemistry, they have lot of subjects. They'll score 72, 80, 90 out of 100. All students will score each marks. Okay, so the transformation is nothing but if I want to transform this data, like sum of all their marks of individual student, sum of average of individual student, average of each quarterly examinations. Okay, like I want to group by like whatever the subjects they have, based on the subjects giving grading, these kind of things involves in the transformation. So here I got only the source of their marks, not the average or not the ranking, right? So in the staging layer I am going to give the ranking. I'll give a ranking, I'll give average, I'll give sum of their marks, and I'll apply grading. Everything I am transforming. So I am the client where I'll get the data from the school of the marks only, not the ranking. They are expecting me to do ranks, sums, average. This is called the transformation. Okay. So you got my point, right? What the staging area exactly doing is.
Yes,
So,
yes, I got.
yeah, that is what. Okay. Can I move to the next thing? Do you have any doubts regarding this?
No, no. That's it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm continuing with this facts and dimensions. So, yeah, coming since like first I'll go through the example and I'll explain the steps. Okay. So, yeah, first, I'll explain the facts and dimensions in the data warehouse. And after that, I'll tell with the data warehouse how can we achieve that. So it's an example. So firstly, I want to tell you is that facts dimensions. Don't these are also called tables. Okay, but the types of tables. Okay, facts or dimensions is nothing but they are tables. It's a types of tables. Okay, so fact table. Fact is not so as I said before, it's a fact table where the numbers measurements will be stored. Okay, that means only numerical data. So if you see in the bracket I have mentioned things you can calculate, sales, profit, marks, quantity, etc. So, in fact table, we only store the numbers and measures. But in dimensions, descriptive details. Okay, who, what, when, where, that explains facts. Okay, you got my point, right? So fact where we used to like store only numerical data. In dimensions uh, we used to store the descriptive data. Okay, let me explain. If you see what happened and dimension the context about what happened. So real time example, same. I took the Big Bazaar, Walmart, some. So contains the numbers and measures. Sales fact table. So I have a sales fact table. Sales amount is 500 and quantity sold is 3. Discount is 10% and profit I got 100. So whatever this numerical data will be stored in the fact table. So the linked, so what sales amount, what sold item, what on what item it is getting the discount, I don't know. So for that I'm maintaining the dimension and I'm going to link both. So if you see here, the customer dimension will be the customer ID, name, age, gender, city. So if you see, so whatever the amount he has on the particular item, the descriptive detail always stores in the dimension table. Okay. So coming to the product dimension. So if you see, if I have an item, for example, shoes. So in shoes, like there is a amount, and they'll also maintain how many shoes has sold, and also how much profit they got, and also how much discount involved in it. So in the same way, what who are the persons purchasing them? If you see what is the product, you have told me the sales amount, quantity sold, like discount, profit, everything. But in what? That is what in the another table we can find the customers in the stores and the time, in what time it is selling, or someone is purchasing in at what time. So store dimension, which store, what is the location of it, product ID. So just compare with your, it's a real time example. If you go to More or Ratnadeep or somewhere, this is what, like in the sales amount, everything they'll maintain separately. For them also, they'll have a lot of data warehouse and backend. So this is how the data will be stored in the data warehousing. Okay, so we'll combine now. Okay, if a record in a fact table says sales amount 500, if you see, say quantity is 3, customer ID is 101, and product ID is P201, and the date equal to something. We can join with the dimensions to know customer equal to Divya from Hyderabad. Product I have purchased is iPhone 14, category mobile, and brand is Apple. Store, Gachibowli store, Hyderabad. Date is 25th September. So in this way, we are storing like different kinds of data here. This is how the data is splitting. Okay, and coming back to this with the data warehouse, as I given examples, without database the data will be like different, it is going to split. We cannot define what product Divya has purchased, what category she purchased, so no one knows. So that is why with the link up ID, they are maintaining like separate facts and dimensions to know what she purchased and everything. Okay, if you see here, all this data collected into, so will back. I have said without database, the store sales will be different table and the customer details will be different table and the store stock. You cannot combine all. So I went to some, so I went to some store and I buy, I have bought my iPhone phone. So yeah, they have only my details on which product they have to load it in another table. So I'm combining, just if you see here, so fact sales amount, quantity, profit will be the sales. Dimension dim is nothing but it's a dimension product, dimension customer, dimension store, and the dimension time. Okay, product details, customer info, store location, dates, festivals, seasons. So that is how it is going to match. Okay, so why it is not possible in the database? Because, so I'll yeah, I'll explain with the scenario. Okay, I'll take my notepad as well. for the better understanding. So, as now we have discussed, like if you see here, in the we have product. Okay, in the database we are going to like divide into different tables. One is customer table, and another one is product table, and here is the store table. Okay, here is the time, at what time. So if you see product, you will find only the product id and the product name. Okay, product id and the product name. Here in the customer id and the customer name you will find. In the store you will find location, pin, and the branch something, and the time you'll find here we have some, okay, seasons, festivals or something. Okay, seasons, festivals or something. I hope you'll get to know this. Okay, so if you see, okay, so okay, just if in case, what if data warehouses and what if the database differs, like, so I'm the customer. I went to a store. So they'll enter my details. Like my ID is 21 and the name is Divya. Okay. They have whatever they have products on it, like they have lot of mobiles or shoes, whatever it may be. They'll have lot of IDs. One, two, three, four, like lot of they have. Like first one is iPhone. We'll take the mobiles brand. Okay. And the thing is Poco and Samsung. So in this way, they have lot of product details which is separate, which is maintained separately, and the customer details separately, and the store location will be separately, and the timings. So if I want to get the details of a particular person, so Divya has visited my store on the particular day. So what she have bought, what exactly at what season she came at. So to combine her details together to get the entire sales data, I used to merge all those things. Okay, that is like while writing the queries, and that we'll come to know. If I'll do the same thing in the database, obviously it's going to take a lot of time, and it's like we have discussed, like bottlenecks will face a lot of issue. If in data warehouse, it is obviously it's a huge, obviously it run fast. So that is what we have the capability of combining all those tables together. That is what the data warehouse will do. Okay. Uh, yeah, I hope you got my point. So, yeah, the same example I have given here as well. So, show me the top 10 products sold in the Hyderabad during the Diwali season. So, if you see, there is a link between the customer and the timing. So they have separate timings in the separate table. The customers have, but they cannot combine both, right? If the data warehouse is involved here, they can easily pick it up, like by writing, by dividing the, like what we say, dimensions and facts in differently. They'll get what exactly at what season the most mobile have sold. So in this way, the facts and dimensions will work. So another thing, yeah, we'll discuss that as well. So there are different kinds of implementation. If I coming to the facts and dimensions, there is a concept of schemas. I think this has to be like discussed tomorrow, but before that I'm telling because for your idea, schemas, like first is star schema, and another thing is galaxy, star schema, snowflake schema and galaxy schema. So there is like there are different kinds of approaches. Like if it's a small, I'll use one schema to achieve this. Like I have said, right, if I want to combine this time and the customer data, I have different approaches. Like these are those are called schemas. That is star schema for simple thing, and the snowflake schema for multiple and data, galaxy for the huge multiple across the sources. So yeah, we'll discuss that as well. But the basic information I want to provide. So I hope you got my point. How what is fact and what is dimensions? Why these are like why we named and pronounced as a different. So I hope you got with my example. Yeah, we'll back to the PPT now. If you see, so facts and dimensions explain. So yeah, um, if you see, as I said, the fact, if like yeah, these are the measures. So fact stores a quantitative measurable business metrics can be aggregated analyzed for the insight. Sales amounts, website visits, conversions, production volumes, cost per minute. Key feature, if you find here, contains the foreign key linking to the dimension table. Yeah, I forgot to tell you this. So yesterday I have given one example, what is a foreign key and what is a primary key. If I am depending on other person, or if I am depending on the season, so obviously there is a ID in the time. So if you see here, obviously here the ID will be there. Obviously I have an ID, so there will be some reference key. Like if I want to combine with someone, there should be a reference key in between us. So then only I can combine with them. So that is what here explained. Okay. So, and coming to the dimensions, so time dimensions, product dimensions, customer dimensions I have mentioned, like what exactly the product dimensions will have and what exactly the time dimensions will have and the customer dimensions will have. This is what we have. Okay. So yeah, real time examples, the retail store fact sales transactions will have $125, and the product on that will be iPhone 150, electronics, Apple, somewhat. Okay, quantity sold 2 units, downtown mall and like store I'm mentioning about. At what time she purchased? Okay, customer John Smith, a premier member. Okay, discount applied and profit margin. How much percent he got profit? How much percent it have sold? So this what here involved. So there we go. Star schema versus Snowflake. Yeah. Before going to that, so yeah, you people have any questions on these topics like data warehousing, facts, and dimensions? So you can raise your questions now.
Yes, Divya, I have.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me.
So I'm unable to understand means how this fact and dimension table are related with each other in the data warehouse. I'm unable to get this point.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me explain.
And in this means fact and dimension table, the concept the in the normal database, day-to-day transactional database, we use primary key and foreign key. This concept only apply in this data warehouse or something else.
No. So, yeah, that is what. Yeah, I'll explain your answers to your questions. So, you have asked about the primary key and foreign key. Is it involved in the database or also in data warehouse? So, it is not different. Whatever you are doing in the database, the same things and the same queries you will run in the data warehouse as well. So here also you are combining the tables with the foreign key and as well as the primary key. So that is not different. Okay. So comparatively, it is a huge and we can run more in the data warehouse. Okay. Not in the database. So, yeah, coming to the question, you have asked why these kinds of linked. You asked, right? Why Divya is connected with the custom product table? Why Divya is connected to the stores? Why Divya is connected to time and festival? I'll explain it.
Yeah, I'm unable to means
Yeah,
get the point
yeah.
means how these two tables are means related with each other in the data warehouse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Data warehouse. I'll explain. So even in data warehouse also we'll have these tables, right? So if I have a real time example, we'll go to Ratnadeep, right? So I have mentioned the bazaar. Okay, we'll go to that. So whatever the bazaar have, they'll maintain one product table, right? In that product table, they'll keep all their products. Okay, whatever the products they have, for example, mobiles, or give me some examples of what can we purchase in the stores and everything. So we have groceries, okay? We have a groceries, and we have chocolates, we have cool drinks, everything, right? So in the products table, they'll use for each product item, they'll also generate one key as well. Okay, one, two, some three, one, some four, one. Like they'll maintain the unique code. Every time they won't say that bring that chocolates or cool drinks. They'll use some code for it, like to maintain the particular purposes. Also, if you go to store, also they'll have the store locations as well. Okay, in the store they'll maintain what location exactly it is, because if you go to Ratndeep, it is everywhere. It is in Madhapur, it is in Gachibowli, it is in High Tech City, everywhere. So obviously they need location. So they'll have a lot of locations here. Some Gachibowli, some high tech city, some Madhapur, everything. Okay, if you go to the time and seasoning, obviously this is also main thing. If it's a festival season, so if it's a festival season, obviously more people will attract to buy something, or if it's a discount sales is going on, obviously so many will attract to that. So in this way, the different tables they'll maintain. For products one table, for location one table, and that seasons they'll maintain different tables. Right now I'll go to one shop. Okay, I'll ask for something. I love cool drinks, so I'll buy cool drinks and chocolates. I'll take some other groceries as well. So now they want, like, the manager uh, come to me and he'll ask what exactly you want to buy, what item she bought. So now the table becomes Divya, and the product she has, what we say, she bought. So I said the cool drinks, right? Some cool drinks, chocolates, and some groceries. Okay, you got my point. And another thing, at what store I have bought this in Madhapur. Okay, at what time? Some I'll keep the 9 p.m. And at what date? It's September 26th. So in this way, whatever the details on the customer, it will be generated, right? So here it involved the combining of tables here. You see, if I go and ask for something, my Divya is connected to everywhere. Divya is connected to the store, Divya is connected to the time and festival season, Divya is connected to the product, Divya is connecting to the store. If you see, there is a connection here. So as you asked, why these tables are combined, why we need to combine. So if you don't really think so, why I'm connected here, you got my point, right? If you see here, there's a clear example that I have provided. Hello, are you there?
Yes, Divya.
Yeah, you got my point, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that is what it is linking. So that's what the fact tables and the profit tables. So we are just thinking as a one person. We have to think like a big one. Like if you have a mart with you, so many people visit your mart, right? Like for example, a day 1,000 people will visit. Think so, just 1,000 people. How can you maintain that? You got my point, right? How can you maintain that? Obviously you need to maintain some tables, obviously you need to refer. So that is what exactly the facts and dimensions are doing here. So this is what the
Uh,
exactly.
de-
Yeah,
Denormalization, right?
yeah, obviously this is denormalization, this is not normalization, this is because we everywhere we are splitting the data, right? We are
Yes, yes.
splitting the data and we are combining. uh, Divya is combined to the products, Divya is combined to stores. Obviously this is denormalizing.
Actually, Divya, this fact table actually giving the facts or numeric value of the data.
Yes, numeric. Yeah. Numeric means not IDs or something. It's a profit, sales, as I mentioned here, right? Yeah, yeah, I mentioned the sales amount, quantity, not IDs.
So,
Okay.
so that means the data from the transactional data, okay,
Hmm.
from the source table, when the data is loading to the data warehouse,
Hmm.
in in that time the data is divided and it will go into these two tables only, fact and dimension table, because
Oh,
you are saying like fact tables will describe only the dimension or fact of the tables, means
okay.
what numeric data, and
Hmm.
dimension table is talking about the description, descriptive data.
Yes, 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 yes.
So
Okay.
that means when we are loading the data from the source to target, that time the data will go into these two tables only. You are,
Okay. I got your point.
am I
Okay.
correct? My understanding is correct.
No, actually, a little bit of misunderstanding here. So, whatever you told is, yeah, it's obviously right. But a
Mhm.
small misunderstanding is like, don't think that you always load from the database to data warehouse. Okay, these two are different. So people who chooses database, they can choose the database. People who want to choose data warehouse, they can use data warehouse. So if you are from IT background or somewhat, you'll know that way to use the Snowflake. For example, data warehouses, the examples are Snowflake, Databricks, BigQuery, right? So database, we have SQL Server, Oracle, Postgres. We have lot of, so it depends upon the way we maintained. So for example, if you take Google, obviously for their data they'll choose data warehouse only, not the database. So take one small like mid scale or small scale industry, obviously they'll use database only, because based on the data we need to opt which is correct for us. Okay, we are not loading that. That is one thing you got misunderstand. So we
Okay.
are not
So
loading
so
anyway.
means how to uniquely identify data in the dim and fact table, Divya?
Yeah, that is like writing the
Because in the
queries.
data warehouse, because sorry, in the simple day-to-day transactional database, we have a primary key and foreign key or unique key to
Hmm.
identify the data uniquely. But in the data warehouse concept, means how can we know this is uniquely identify the row or column, anything?
Okay. Okay. So, like, yeah, just think in this way. Whatever the queries you are writing in the database, the same queries is also executable in the data warehouse as well. The only thing is the enlargement. The enlargement is less here. The enlargement is more here. We cannot split the tables here, but we can split tables here. That's the difference. Okay, so we can query here. We can select star from the table. We can query here, and also we can apply the joins here, and also we can apply
No,
everything
no,
here.
no. You said that we can apply the joins here, but
Hmm.
on the basis of what we can apply the joins? Because if I suppose if I am applying inner joins,
Hmm.
so for the inner joins or for the left
Okay.
join, right join, any of the joins we are applying, so we need to figure out one of the unique row or column. On the
Yeah,
basis of that, we can. So how can we means know means in the data warehouse, in the dim table or in the fact table, this is our unique data
yeah.
means.
Oh, yeah. I got your point. So as now I just now said about these examples and the ways combined with all those, right? So if I have the customer, I am the customer. So there is a different table where the customers have and the entries will be done. In that customer also, they'll maintain the IDs in there, right? In customer table, I have my name and also my ID as well. So this ID is unique key here, right? If you take the product table with the product ID, sorry, with the product item, you will also have this product name. So, like beside that, here I'll use the reference key here. So if I what I have byte, like, so if I want to get the data from the particular table, next table, I'll use my primary key as a next table to the reference key. So whatever the customer ID I have, I'll place here. So if you see, this is a product ID, and here my customer ID will come. Okay, customer ID. So I have bought what, for example, my customer ID bought is this groceries, not this thing. Okay, so here my ID will be 0 because I didn't bought those. I only bought this groceries only, not chocolates or cool drinks. So if, as you said, if I want to do inner join or something, I can write in this way, right? So if you see the customer inner join, what I have product, on which condition, customer id dot products customer id. So what will be the output here? Can you say customer 21, customer id is 21. So customer name is 20, name will be Divya, and the product I have is product id. Here product id is 1 2, and the product name will be groceries. You got my point, right? So,
Yes.
yeah, this will be the reference. Okay. In customer table, it's the unique key. If it is getting going and sitting somewhere beside something, is called the reference key. There I can be referred and I can combine the both IDs here. So I think what you thought is like, here I have a ID 12, here I have a 2 1. How can we match? So yeah, this is the wrong exception. Most of the people will think. No, we use the primary key for the next table as a reference key. That is called the foreign key, where we
Yeah.
used to combine the IDs of the both.
So here we have only two tables, Divya.
Yeah.
Only two tables we have, dim
Hmm.
table and fact tables we have.
Hmm.
So which one is refer primary key and which one is refer means foreign key?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a good question actually. So, customer is obviously depending on all those, the products and the season time and also the store. So if you see, the store is also, like, for the store there is a unique id, for the customer there is a unique id, the time is unique id, the product we have different unique ids. That is what, if you see here, like I have mentioned here, the customer there is a customer id, product there is a product id, store id. So we have a lot of ids. These ids will be the primary key for the each table. If I want to get the details of the particular table, so if I want to get the details of the products, I'll use the customer table as my reference key for the products. So if I want to, it depends upon your choice. So if I want to get the details from the particular table, I'll use this as a primary key. If not the product table, I'll use for the store table as well. So in that way, we need to analyze the data and we need to write the queries for that. You got my point, right?
Yes, yes, Divya.
Yeah, that is how it will work. So you'll get to know, like, after starting the star schemas and snowflake schema. So
Mm-hmm.
I have decided to explain it in, like, I'll create some tables and I'll explain in that way, so that is easy for you to understand. So
So
yeah, on
in
Monday I'll try to give the demo of that by using the queries and everything. That
So
will
in
be.
real time, means when you start the practical session for SQL and data warehouse,
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
so that time you are going to showcase means how to data is loading from to the transactional table from the transactional database to the data warehouse, and how the data is loaded into the div and fact tables in the real time when
Yeah,
you.
I'll show that. So yeah, again you are coming to the same point. We are not loading any data. The data will be existed in the data warehouse. Don't think of loading of data.
No, data.
Data will
I think
exist.
I'm a bit confused, so that's why I'm asking this again and again, same question. I think
Okay.
so
Yeah, yeah, no problem.
because you are saying ki data warehouse in the data warehouse data is available. You are saying,
Yeah.
but from from any of the sources, the data is coming into the data warehouse. Now, that's why I'm asking this question.
No. Okay. So basically, it won't come from anywhere. Whatever what we say, we manually write the queries and we used to insert the data into the data warehouse. We'll insert, not we don't have any files or something. We'll insert the data into the tables by writing queries. We used to create the tables. We used to create the
So
insert.
again, Divya, sorry, I'm a bit confused again. If you are saying ki we are inserting the data into the data warehouse,
Hmm, hmm.
so as uh, as whatever I know, means we are going to validate on each stages. We are going to validate the data. So if
No.
we are
Uh,
no,
yeah. No, we are not validating on each stage. We are validating only on the target tables. We are not validating any source or we are not validating any stage tables. The data we are validating on only the target table side, the data which is ready for the analysis. We need to
so
get the data.
direct we will write the query on the data warehouse side. We are not going to write the query if the data is coming from the source table and it's landing into the landing area or means staging area.
Yeah,
Between this
exactly.
source and landing area, we are not going to validate, and from the landing area to data is moving to the data warehouse. From here, we are not going to validate the data. You are
Yes,
saying?
exactly. Yeah. We won't validate that data. We only validate on the target table which instructions got from the developer. Like, for example, let me explain. So they are expecting nulls. In the particular column, they don't want nulls. But after loading of data, particular column is generating nulls. That is error, right? So obviously, we used to inform them. This is what the error got occurred based on your requirement. So this is wrong. This is the wrong statement. So another thing. So in a primary key, I can see the duplicate record. So what is this issue? We'll go through. We'll throw a error. So in this kind type of violations we'll do based on the requirements. So in a
Divya,
project level, you have a different tables to compare. But here we'll use some requirements for ourselves and we'll create. That's another thing.
Divya,
Yeah, hello. Yeah, tell me.
yeah. Actually, we have to write the query in south side also, right?
So,
When manage query validation.
validations, yeah, that is what. It's like a step to step. So first we'll write queries. So after that we'll automate that.
Yeah, yeah. But you said that only we have to write in data warehouse side.
No, 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 not in the data warehouse side. I was just telling you that you can write wherever you want. Okay, the facts
Okay.
and dimension. Why I am explaining this data where concepts is because you need to understand the data. This is just the theory part. The main part is like, so I want you people to understand what data exactly, how the data will be. But I'm not telling validate the data in only data warehouse. I'm not sticking to that point. So okay, I'm just cooking for the like practical sessions, how data will be. Before you, if you want to validate something, you need to understand the tables, right? What is this
Yeah.
table? Why it is all numerics? Why won't? So there you will get confused. Obviously, you need to know whether it is a fact table or dimension table, whatever it may be. So for that purpose, I'm explaining the data warehouse concepts first. So we are not doing any validations or a query thing here. So here. So yeah, anyone have some doubts here?
Hey Divya, this is Suresh, okay?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
fact and dimension tables are applicable for in data warehouse or database.
No, it is applicable in yeah, someone this time. Okay. So it is applicable in data warehouse. So that is what whatever the denormalization will be won't be possible in the database side. So in data warehouse we are going to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, any more? Or else we can wind up the session and we'll meet on Monday.
So, ma'am, like we are like we will start our job directly in the data warehouse, like validating.
Sorry, come again.
Ma'am, so we will start like our job is to start from validating the things in the data warehouse.
Yeah, like don't stick whether the database or data warehouse. Wherever we can do, the validation is done. But the thing is, we can do it in data warehouse as well. But the is like much costly. So we are not kind of affordable. We are not clients. So in the office sessions or something, we'll get the data warehouse. But in the practice sessions, we only get the database. So we'll just focus on the tables which we have created, we are going to create in the database. So don't worry about that. We'll figure it out whether database or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you people done with your questions?
Hello, last question.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah, you shared in group that PDF, right? Course overview.
Where? Yeah, yeah, I
Which,
shared that syllabus
yeah,
yesterday in
which
group.
you mentioned that basic SQL means that much SQL is enough for
Yeah,
enough.
that is enough. That is enough. Yes, that is enough.
Mm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, mostly I've covered all the topics in the SQL, so no need to worry about that. I'll going to complete everything. I'm going to complete
Ma'am, you
everything.
said that you will show the practical on the database.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
so
Yeah,
in real life, like in the organization, so we will do the same thing in the data warehouse, right?
yes, the same thing. Yeah, that's what. Don't be confused for the database or data warehouse. Just it's a complexity, like whatever the complex queries we used to write, it will take more time in the database. That thing we can easily execute in the data warehouse. Uh, like, please try to understand, don't mix both of them. Like in the complexity level, the data warehouse is much, and think for the transactional data we are using only the database. So for the analysis part only we'll pick it for the data warehouse. So the thing is, for this ETL testing or automation testing, we'll mostly focus on the transactional data only, not for the analysis. So that is what we are, maybe the developers, we are maybe the testers, but we are not the data analysts, right? So whoever the data, as I said, like I have given lot of examples. So if I am the CEO of a particular company, I'll ask for something. So then the developers will hit the data from the data warehouse and they'll give the data to the particular CEO or something. But we are the testers, so we'll work on the transactional data that is in database only. So as I said before, just why I am discussing all those, because you should know aware of all those things. So what exactly the data, what I'm just cooking for the practical sessions, that's it. So don't confuse, guys.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. Any other questions?
So basically, ma'am, we are not allowed to do any changing in the database. No, ma'am. We can only like use the select command only.
Exactly, yes. Because we don't have access of inserting or deleting or creating. We just have access for the validating of data. Yeah.
Ma'am, can't you like show and like overview of how the data warehouse like works? Do you have any kind of
Yeah, we'll
sim?
do it. Yeah, we'll do it. Before going to that, I'm just explaining the theory part. So after that, we'll do it. In next week, I'll come with one database and I'll show how data works and how the validations will work. So like mind in mind, you have to think we are just validating on the transaction data that is on database. By a data warehouse was came into this like picture is that for the analysis part. Okay. So yeah.
So, ma'am, how much the like interviewer asks the questions from the data warehouse?
Sorry, come again.
Ma'am, like how much will be the questions from data warehouse in the interview?
So basically, so as now I explained, to understand the data. So for we are validating some table. So you only find only the numerical data or only the customer details or store details or something. So you'll get confused what exactly we are doing. So to aware of that, I was just introduced in between. I have took up this data warehouse concepts to your subject. So that is why to understand what table it is, I'm just telling you what exactly is happening. So we don't touch any data where here. We are just focusing on the database side only on the transactional data. So don't be confused over that. It's all a part of data. As I said yesterday, data, OLTP and OLAP. This is also part of that. Okay. Next week, I'm going to show you everything, how database and how validations will work and everything. We'll do it.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, guys. We'll meet on Monday.
At last, mock interviews also there, ma'am, right?
Sorry.
After completing this course, you are conducting mock also.
Like mock, I'll prep for the mock interviews. I won't take any mock interviews. I'll prep for that. I'll give some questions, how market will be, how we are going to face your questions. So everything I'll do it. Don't worry about that. And you people are going to do project as well, the real time frameworks and everything. Okay.
Ma'am,
Okay,
after
okay.
completing this course, like as a like startup in the ETL, so how much experience can we show to the organization for the
Yeah,
interview?
it's like you can rate yourself like 4 out of 5. That's how I'm sure, because whatever you implementations you are going to do is like it's a basic to advanced, right? Obviously, from the small data to huge data. So you'll get to know the difference from the starting sessions to ending sessions. Don't worry. So we'll come up with database, Python code. Don't worry. I'll pick it everything and I'll do it for you guys.
I'm asking with respect to the experience, ma'am. How much experience can we show, like after completing this
Oh,
course?
yeah, you can show up to 3 to 4, 3 to 5. In between, you can rate yourself. You can give
Okay,
your experience. Yeah.
okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
So the project that you will like complete on that, then we can mention, ma'am, in the resume.
Yeah, obviously. Obviously, you can mention that. In resume, you can mention that.
Okay, ma'am. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Okay, guys, then. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.